Have you ever wondered why some people grow up feeling like they don't belong anywhere? Even when surrounded by others, it doesn't start in adulthood. It doesn't even start in teenage years. It starts with one quiet moment in childhood. One moment that almost nobody remembers, except the child who lived it. And that single moment shapes their entire psychology. There is a quiet, unnoticed moment in childhood that changes the shape of a person's entire emotional life. It doesn't involve shouting, fighting, or obvious cruelty. It happens silently. So silently that adults forget it. But children never do. Imagine a group of kids laughing on a playground, forming teams, choosing sides, creating their own little world of belonging. And just a few steps behind them stands one child, still hopeful, waiting for someone to look back. That moment of being physically close, yet emotionally invisible, becomes the seed of a psychological story that stretches into adulthood. The child doesn't understand what's happening. They only feel the tension in their chest. They only noticed how easily everyone else slips into groups while they remain outside the circle. It's not rejection in the dramatic sense. It's something more subtle and more painful. Being overlooked. The group chooses partners, and the child stands with their hands behind their back. The group runs to the swings, and the child follows a few seconds later, pretending they weren't trying to join. They laugh when everyone laughs, hoping someone will pull them in. But no one does, and the child feels something they don't have words for yet. I don't belong here. What adults dismiss as harmless childhood behavior actually has a profound psychological impact. Neuroscience shows that the brain reacts to social exclusion in the same region where it registers physical pain, meaning being ignored hurts the same way as getting hurt physically. The child learns something critical. Connection is not guaranteed. Belonging is not automatic. Safety is not promised. And so, the excluded child begins to develop survival strategies, small behaviors that seem simple but reveal a lifetime of emotional training. They start observing more than speaking. They scan faces for signs of acceptance. They hesitate before entering a room. They sit quietly, so they don't interrupt. They rehearse what to say before saying it. They assume people won't include them unless they prove themselves first. These are not personality traits. They are coping mechanisms created by a child who learned to avoid pain by staying small, quiet, and unnoticed. As the child grows, environments change. The playground becomes a classroom. The classroom becomes a workplace. The workplace becomes social circles, relationships, family gatherings. But the psychology stays the same. Adults who were excluded as children often struggle in ways that seem invisible from the outside. They overthink every conversation. They replay mistakes in their head at night. They shrink themselves to avoid judgment. They fear being too much or not enough. They apologize too much. They suppress their needs. They wait to be invited because inviting themselves feels wrong. They develop a deep understanding of others, but a weak understanding of themselves. They can comfort everyone, but struggle to ask for comfort. They try to earn belonging instead of expecting it. To the world, they seem calm, mature, emotionally controlled, but inside, they carry the quiet loneliness of a child who once stood outside a circle they were never invited into. And here's something important. Exclusion is rarely about the excluded child. It's often about group dynamics, social rules kids don't understand but follow instinctively. Groups tend to protect their circle. They choose familiarity. They choose those who speak the loudest, not those who feel the deepest. So the child outside the circle assumes the problem is within themselves. This is how exclusion transforms from an experience into a belief system. Maybe I'm not worth including. Maybe I'm not interesting enough. Maybe I'm not like them. Maybe I should stay quiet. These beliefs become the adult's internal voice. But here's the twist, and the powerful truth many people never hear. The excluded child often becomes one of the most emotionally intelligent adults. Why? Because the child who observes learns to understand emotions deeply. The child who feels too much develops empathy. The child who watches from the outside sees details others overlook. The child who felt lonely grows into an adult who refuses to make others feel that way. It doesn't make the childhood wound disappear, but it transforms it into a strength. Still, healing is needed, not because you are broken, but because you deserve to rewrite the story you were given. Healing begins with recognizing you were excluded, but it wasn't your fault. You were overlooked, but you were never unworthy. You were outside the circle, but that circle was never the whole world. Healing begins with giving yourself permission to take up space, to speak without rehearsing, to laugh without checking if it's acceptable, to stop apologizing for existing, to recognize when someone truly values you, and to walk away when someone doesn't. Healing is not about becoming someone new, it's about returning to the person you were before you believed you had to earn belonging. And here's a truth worth holding on to. Inclusion is powerful. Exclusion shapes people, but inclusion can transform them. Sometimes the small act of being seen, heard, or invited is enough to change someone's story. So if you ever see someone sitting alone, standing apart, or staying quiet, remember, they may be carrying childhood experiences you cannot see, and offering them a little warmth might become a memory they never forget. Because at the end of the day, every heart, no matter how grown, guarded, or silent, is still shaped by the child who once simply wanted to belong.